4-0 is the expected, and any single game that FIZ6 get is a massive, massive victory. But I don't think you can go in that. I don't think FIZ6, the players, will be going into this series with the experience that they have with anything but a win on their minds.
As that bit of motivation, so I'll be curious to see if he is going to be able to kind of keep it together out there.
He can be as motivated as he likes, but he hasn't made a top 4, and neither has any player on this roster. And it's a really, really tough opponent, as you can see. What a passing play. A pre-jump up from Amphis, pre-jump back to Fiber. They're toying with them.
Yeah, it's not the start that FIZ6 was looking for. I can agree to that one right now. Definitely a little bit shaky out of the gate, but still early days. I don't know. I'm not going to give up on them just yet, even though I am picking the Pioneers to win this. FIZ6 doesn't work. They're used to freestyling, and so maybe we'll see more of that. There you go, Sour.
A straight line drive from Sour puts them back into it. And interesting that there wasn't too much defense, but Super Lucky caught off guard. They cannot keep these together.
Yeah, and I mean, we will see how they do piece it through at the moment, especially for a team like the Pioneers, where they really do believe they could be that best team in OCE. I would love to see how they can be Lucky. I mean, that's a good start. Got the demo, sets up the double Fiber. Too clean.
They're a monstrous team. All three members have the mechanics. Super Lucky takes it high. Looks like he wants to take it over the top and uses that as a distraction to go for the bump. Fiber will get the double off the backboard. Simple as that.
It was just far too clean. And again, maybe not the most complex team play, but still good to see the new member working together with the squad. And I mean, this Super Lucky, Fiber, Amphis, this team to me just feels like these are some of the best performing players domestically we have seen in OCE. But I also kind of feel like they're three who haven't really carried over to that breakout international affair, as Super Lucky is the one who gets the goal underneath.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a good goal here, but Fiber, you know, he's only had one chance internationally, and I did think he performed pretty well overseas results. A lot of chances in the early stages of for Kidden/Pioneers, and he has returned to the organization as part of this team. Has 3 of... Oh, God. You love Sour. Tell us about that one.
Look, I picked Victor Pioneers in the end right there. That was the best own goal we've seen all split. Underneath this play, they fall down, not quite on it again as well. Oh, just under 100 seconds remaining. Pioneers, very strong showing here in game number 1.
Yeah, done well, as you'd expect. I mean, no matter what, regardless of how well they play as a team, I just feel like these 3 players are 3 of the highest mechanical players. Fiber on his day, you know, just lawyers made Guru, our admin, quite happy to see some of the ODL players here in the top 8, but unfortunately we hold them to high expectations. It's going to go to that next level. They're going to be fighting here for that top 4. I would have loved to see maybe them versus your HSP or your
strange places. They're trying to keep the Pioneers as off balance as possible. I feel like you're kind of going to need that if you're going to pull off the upset here tonight.
CX9 this time trying to keep control. Probably didn't have enough boost to really outplay the midfield, which could end up being the biggest problem here. And it exactly is. Just not enough boost in the tank to keep that defense up.
Yeah, they held on as long as they could, but unfortunately Tonio just kind of passed that right to a charging Super Lucky, and with the net as exposed as... I don't even know.
We've been making this reference all broadcast. For us, it's a relevant joke. But if you only just tuned in, we've talked about how we only have a finite amount of respect we can give out, and Sour started to get a little bit of that.
There we go. That was the strike that Sour kind of missed out on before this one. Absolute bang of a touch. 113, top corner. Exactly what you want to see.
Hanging in a nice spot to be able to get to that ball before Fiber can even challenge, and they even have another chance. Here, Sour takes the ball high. Doesn't have too much to make the play and didn't get the flip reset either. He has given his team every opportunity to get an attack going. CX9 ends up getting demoed for his trouble though, and it turns very quickly as Super Lucky gets the musty, and the save not good enough.
Oh, it's another goal coming off a member of FIZ6 right there. That's got to be a little bit frustrating for the orange side, but realistic match and then get through power as well. Will that put them at number one straight away, or are we going to have to see it through a couple more regionals?
I think we got to see a little bit more, because you know power are just so dominant in this split. They did not lose a single series, and yeah, comfortably had KCP. But I think you could sort of put it in your mind that they might be number one in KCP. That you could predict them again.
Name too much yet in a positive light, so hopefully they can start to continue to be a little bit more competitive as our third game gets underway.
At least Sauer scored a couple of goals, one at each end. Unfortunately for the others, we haven't been able to see them just get involved, you know, get enough time on the ball. Usually, you know, get a first touch, but then don't really have the boost to follow up. And a large part of why EU has always been so good, their boost management has always been fantastic. A lot of players who come out of ones are very, very good at controlling their boost. And Amphis very good at controlling the ball to set it up for Fiber.
That was just a nice little dish down, and again, you know, coming into it, Fiber has the full tank. The defenders left a little bit lacking, so your nice little fake from Super Lucky won't be enough for the goal, but it is interesting again, and it's why this bottom half of the bracket really did feel that much more difficult. But if the Pioneers can push through and get themselves to the finals as Super Lucky gets another goal, I mean, their run, an argument can be made, maybe they really would be the number one team here.
It certainly could be. It's really interesting to see the FIZ6 start coming back. You can better believe we're back in this side. I think we've been enjoying a good day of Rocket League. We've had some close games and some close series, but I would have preferred maybe a game 7 here or there. There we go. Tonio gets on the board, and they're back within one.
And it's another case of, you know, just a hard shot forcing a little bit of a cheeky own goal right there. I'm not sure Tonio's angle was going to post it in. It might have actually posted out right there.
It could have been interesting. We could also call that, you know, another technically own goal. Obviously, it's just a missed save, but you know, we've had a few of those that have bounced off the defender on the way in. And I do apologize, Queasy. Maybe didn't expect that he'd get a little bit of a bite back from the commentators, but that's the advantage of being here on Fortress Global and having much more. They're fighting in that spot. You know, you had Tonka trucks for whatever reason. I don't know why. But
because I can never pick FIZ6. It's like they're like round zero for you. Okay, that's kind of how I see this team.
Fair. Well, like I was going to say, Gingy and NTV, both teams who did incredibly well through the qualifiers, ended up qualifying over you know, top 8, top 4 teams, and brilliant, just brilliant here from Amphis. Fiber, long pass. Amphis takes it to the left side of the net where just nobody can challenge.
For the backboard touch, won't find it. Good speed from Sauer will clear it out.
And I do apologize for Fence sitting harder than, well, not harder, almost as hard as Formal does on every single prediction he does. Amphis and Super Lucky connect for an absolute Mariel masterclass. Pre-jump over from Amphis. For the entire split.
Yeah, I think that matchup tomorrow is definitely going to be one that everyone is going to want to keep their eyes on for sure.